Welcome to our YouTube channel of FinSim. My name is Raghu, a certified financial planner by qualification and founder of FinSim. We are working towards simplifying the complicated world of personal finance for you. This video is part of our Personal Finance 101 series, wherein we will be speaking in detail about what is gratuity, how gratuity is calculated, and how it's taxed. Let's begin with the basic question. What is gratuity? Gratuity is a benefit which is payable by the employer to the employee under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. It's basically a sum of money paid by an employer to an employee for the service rendered in the organization. It is mandatory for any private sector or public sector organization with 10 or more employees to pay gratuity to all its employees. This is not paid to all the employees. As per the Act, only those employees who have completed 5 or more years of continuous service are eligible for gratuity. However, as per the Madras High Court verdict in a case, if an employee has completed 4 years and 8 months of continuous service, he or she will also be eligible for gratuity. Let's look at the different situations when gratuity is paid. When an employee resigns or moves out of the organization, or when an employee retires from the organization, on account of unfortunate event of death or disablement of an employee due to an accident or disease, during the retrenchment layoff by employer, employees opting for voluntary retirement scheme. After having understood what gratuity is and when it is paid, let's now understand what is the minimum amount which needs to be paid as per the Gratuity Act. Formula for gratuity calculation is 15 days of salary for every completed year of service. Number of working days in a month is considered as 26. Definition of salary includes basic salary plus DNS allowance. We can use the last drawn salary to extract this information. If an individual has served for more than 6 months in a year, it will be treated as 1 year for gratuity calculation. Let's understand this with an example. If an individual has worked for 7 years and 8 months, for gratuity calculation, number of years will be considered as 8. Maximum amount which the organization is obligated to pay as per the Act is 20 lakh rupees. Let's now calculate gratuity for a sample scenario. Ms. Sanvi resigned from her organization, which was covered under the Gratuity Act, after completing 7 years and 8 months of service. Her last drawn monthly basic salary amounted to rupees 70,500. For calculating gratuity, we will consider the basic salary of 70,500 divided by 26, multiplied by 15, and finally multiply the resulting value with the number of years of service, which in this case is 8. Total gratuity which is payable would be 3,25,384 rupees. Based on the gratuity calculation, if the amount exceeds rupees 20 lakhs, then the organization is obligated to pay only rupees 20 lakhs. And if the organization chooses to pay more than 20 lakhs, then the excess amount will be treated as ex gratia and will be taxable as per the tax slab of the individual. In case of an unfortunate event of death of a government employee, gratuity calculation will be as per the table provided in the slide. If the service rendered is less than a year, 2 times of basic salary will be paid to the nominee. If the service rendered is more than a year but less than 5 years, 6 times of basic salary will be paid to the nominee. If the service rendered is more than 5 years but less than 11 years, 12 times of basic salary will be paid to the nominee. If the service rendered is more than 11 years but less than 20 years, 20 times of basic salary will be paid to the nominee. If the service rendered is more than 20 years, then half of the basic salary for each completed 6 monthly period. This is subject to a maximum of 33 times of basic salary. In case of death of a private sector employee, 5 continuous years of service clause will not be applicable. Gratuity will be calculated as 15 days of salary for every completed year of service. After having understood gratuity calculation under different scenarios, now let's try and understand another major aspect, that is the taxation of gratuity. Any gratuity which is paid by the government to government employees is fully exempt from tax. That leaves us with two sections of non-government employees, that is those who are covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act and those who are not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act. For those covered under the Gratuity Act, amount of gratuity exempted from tax will be the least of the following three conditions. Number 1. 15 days of salary for every completed year of service. We need to remember three elements while doing the calculation. Definition of salary in this case is basic salary plus DA. Number of days per month will be considered as 26. For considering number of years, any service above 6 months will be treated as a completed year of service. Second condition, rupees 20 lakhs. In this condition, if an employee has received gratuity from his previous employers, then rupees 20 lakh will have to be reduced by the amount of exemption claimed earlier. Third condition is the actual gratuity amount received from the employer. In most of the cases, the amount of gratuity which would be exempted would be based on condition number 1. For those who are not covered under the Gratuity Act, amount of gratuity exempted from tax will be least of the following three conditions. 15 days of salary for every completed year of service. We need to remember three elements while doing the calculation. Definition of salary in this case is average of last 10 months of basic salary plus DA. Number of days per month will be considered as 30. For considering number of years, any service above 6 months will not be treated as a completed year of service. Second condition, maximum amount of rupees 10 lakh and not rupees 20 lakh as in the case of employees covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act. However, the condition which we discussed relating to historical gratuity receipt, that is if an employee had received gratuity from his previous employers, then rupees 10 lakh will have to be reduced by the amount of exemption claimed earlier. Third condition is the actual gratuity amount received from the employer. In most of the cases, the amount of gratuity which would be exempted would be based on condition number 1. I hope you found this information useful. If you want to know more about personal finance, please do subscribe to our channel and do not forget to tap on the notification button to receive the heads up on our new videos. For a free consultation or guidance with respect to personal finance, please do reach out to us on our contact details mentioned in the slide.